Alright folks, next up on the block we have Emperor Palpatine with his walking stick. Oh, such a fun figure right here. This is for the green carded the Power of the Force series, around 96, 97. This is one of the last Kenner branded ones before the retro series came out. I'll throw this size marker in here for you so you can see rough size. About a 9-inch card or so, is that right? Yeah, right, about 9-inch card, 3 3/4 inch figure or so. That can't be right. Are those numbers right? Yeah, I guess that is. About 1/18 scale. I'll flip them over here while we get some photos of the back for the catalog. As always, you can head over to TheBigToyAuction.com, see the full HD photos of these and all the other ones, leave your pre-bids, etc. While I go through the specifics of him. So we're first going to start with the bubble on this one. It's pretty clear. Looks like it's just beginning the very beginning stages before it begins to yellow. So be careful. You want to keep him stored correctly. Too much heat, humidity, etc. Then he should be fine. But it is a tight bubble. He's on there real well. And I don't feel any crushes or bends, cracks, dings, etc. We'll walk around the card here a little bit. We'll get the light to shine right here. You can see a slight blemish on there where it may have been dinged just a little bit. The same with right here, a slight indentation. Let's get the light on it. There we go. We'll flip it over. And the rest looks pretty darn good. So there you have it. From the green carded Power of the Force series, this is Emperor Palpatine. Alright, next up on the block, we have the Rebel Fleet Trooper. This is a great troop builder for you folks who like to build up your Rebel armies. It comes with his blaster and his rifle. This is his rough size. We'll put that in there. Not any real need for it, but just in the interest of full disclosure, we always like to put the marker there for you. You can usually see that in third picture in our catalog over at TheBigToyAuction.com. That's where you can leave your pre-bids and check out the close-up details. We'll take a picture of the back as well. And then I'll take you through this. So, first thing we always like to look at is the bubble. And yep, you can see the inner bubble is beginning to discolor a little bit, starting the very beginning stages of turning yellow, whereas the outer bubble looks nice and clear. That's why you have that striation there. So what happens is sometimes this will begin to gas off as the plastic sits around. If it's not in the exact right humidity and temperature conditions, it can start to leave off gases a little bit. In time, I suppose every one of these action figures 1,000 years from now will all have done that, but so it's going to happen sooner or later. But if you do decide to get this one, you might want to keep them real safe so that that doesn't continue. But otherwise, looks fantastic. Don't see any issues on the back. There is this. This is that the stamping that sometimes happens. Yeah, that's a product code stamping from the inside comes through. So that's supposed to be there. You get just the tiniest little bit of get them in the light. Nick right there. Overall, the rest looks pretty darn good. The bubble is tight on the card with no crush wear, no damage, no breaks like that. We usually give it a field test as well as an inspection, and all around it is looking great. So head on over to TheBigToyAuction.com. You can see this and the rest up for bid this auction. This is the Star Wars Power of the Force green carded Rebel Fleet Trooper. No, folks, it is not a trap. This is the Admiral himself, Admiral Akbar, looking great. This is the green carded Power of the Force version of him. There's been a few throughout the years, but looking super good. This was on the Kenner card from around 96, 97 is when these came out, right after the new set of movies. Right in time for the new, actually after the not the new movies, but the new footage added right before the new movies, before episode 1 came out. We'll flip them over so you can see the backside. I throw the marker here, the size marker, so you get an idea. We always like to have full transparency. Try not to hide anything from you so that nobody bids on this and comes back thinking it was one of the Black Series or one of the 12-inch figures. So it is your standard 3 3/4 inch. So now you know that. Let's walk you through some of the stuff that you won't see in the catalog. So, for example, you might not see that it's a very, very clear bubble. When you're looking at it in the catalog, you'll see this photo. You see the green background. Here we let you see that it is a white background all the way through, so it's nice and clear. Bubble feels nice. It's tight on that card. And no cracks. No tears, anything like that. Let's check out the card itself. So, first thing I want to point out, you can see a little bend in the card. So, over the years, depending on how these get stored, sometimes they get bent a little bit here and there. They get up against other carded figures. And we look for any dings or dents. There's a slight right there. Let's get the light on it. Can you see that? Otherwise, the rest looks pretty nice. Maybe a slight discoloration right there. Can we get the light on it? Yeah. See right there? And the rest looks good with that crazy, crazy gun he's got there. His wrist blaster. There you have it, folks. Admiral Akbar, green carded, Power of the Force figure. All right. And finally, up on the block here, we've got Malakili, Rancor Keeper. I'm not going to give away, I'm not going to spoil a 30-some-year-old movie, but to me, the saddest moment in the entire trilogy, at least, the original trilogy, is the moment with the Rancor Keeper and his Rancor. Always, always a sad moment. When he's on screen there for that brief amount of time. But we're going to show you here. This is the front of the card. We'll get some photos for the catalog. We always put a size marker in the catalog. Usually it's photo number 3. For you to see it. No surprises, but it is a 3 3/4 inch figure. And we flip it over on the back. You can see all those photos at TheBigToyAuction.com. Head on over there and give your pre-bids. And then I'm going to walk you through the figure itself. Now, what I like about this is it's kind of a unique buck on this one. Most of them are a standard buck, but this is one that's a little bit heavier. So for you customizers out there back in the day, this was how you could make various figures. You know, your heavier figures, your Miles Mayhem, your Boss Hog, whatever it may be. It was a little bit heavier. So the card, or the bubble on this, I'm going to point out, can you see through down to the white background? You can see it has begun yellowing. Has begun a little bit yellowing. I'll also point out, I wonder if this is just a common thing because he's a broader figure, and therefore has a broader card. I don't know if this was misplaced, if this was in the manufacturing process misstamped there, or if it's just because it's a larger card. They all ended up like this, but you see slight misplacement of that hologram, so be aware of that. But the card, minor scuffing a little bit, slight indentation right there that you may be able to see. Let's get the light on it. There you go. The rest is looking pretty good on the front, and maybe just a slight ding right there on the bottom corner, but otherwise a great card, and likewise a great figure. Head on over to TheBigToyAuction.com right now and you can get this and all his other drinking buddies. This is Star Wars Power of the Force green carded Rancor Keeper.